We're here at, I guess, what I'd call phase 2 of our special 150th anniversary of Buena Vista Township tree project. And the tree, 235 years old, died during 2015. And it is such a centerpiece to our Sawmill Park that we spent quite a long time evaluating it, looking at what we wanted to do, fencing it off for safety purposes once we realized the tree was dead. And today the tree is getting a regular full haircut, bringing it down from the huge size it was to a smaller size here in October 2016. And in November of 2016, we're going to be carving the tree into a monument of sorts, outlining the 150 years of Buena Vista Township's history by putting all sorts of things that relate to Buena Vista: an eagle, a tractor, a farmer, a soldier, anything that has to do something with our history. That work will start in November. This is the prelude to that happening, and they're doing a beautiful job. We have Gary Heights, who is a local tree surgeon, doing some fantastic work to still give a beautiful image to the tree and the solidness of the trunk and the arms that reached out much higher previously. But right now, it's a step in the right direction, and we'll give you some more updates later down the road.
Just like to say that looking at the tree now is what I think the mayor and I envisioned it to be. They went down to hardwood for safety reasons. I think when the additional trees are planted and the walkways are there, I think it's going to be a focal point again. And with the new trees being planted, it's going to be a focal point for a long time to come.
The remains of the tree you see behind you are located in Sawmill Park here in Richland Village. The tree is estimated at being 235 years old, and it has been a centerpiece of this park where there actually was a sawmill at one point. And the tree about a year and a half ago started to appear to be dying. We did everything we could possibly do, and having 3 different tree experts, Rutgers Cooperative Extension, opinions from a Boston University professor, and different testing that we went through to see if there was anything we could do to keep the tree going. Unfortunately, a lot of conditions cause these type of problems, but we've come up with a solution that we think will at least give the tree a permanent life as a tree monument in honor of our 150th anniversary of the township, which is in 2017. So the work starts today. We have a very talented chainsaw carver by the name of Brian Ackley from a company called Ack Munsters that's going to be doing the job. We've given him suggestions on what we'd like to see on the tree, and we'll see what the finished product looks like in the next week or so.
Thank you.
And Buena Vista, I really hope this project ends up to be a good one. I hope we're all safe and we get good weather, and
It might be Joe Smith.
let's just put positive vibes out there and make something good. So cheers, everybody.
Yeah, you see the feather? You see the wing? Yes. And then you can see the wing. I see it now. Like that? Is that right there? Yeah, you see the eagle? Like this. He's like this. And then he's like this.
And I have for you today, when you leave, a little piece of the tree that you can take home. Okay? They cut down a little, not from there, but a box of them. Yeah.
Can I have one?
When you get ready to leave, I'm going to give them all to you.
When was the tree planted?
Over 250 years ago.
I can feel it.
They're going to also plant oak trees around so that they'll come up.
Oh, they're going to thing. Yeah. How long has he been working?
He's been doing chainsaw work for almost 20 years.
He is not dead. Did he know? He pulled out. Good actually. He was good.
Do you think that's good, the eagle up there?
Did he take like lessons?
No, he did not. He's self-taught.
No, right? Madison. Are you going to be on TV?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. Right? If we all went to we go on TV then.
Other schools are coming, honey. Here you go. Pick yours. Thank you.
How are you doing?
They're excited to see the
Thanks for
bear.
coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Nice to
Yeah, put her in bright. Come on.
Yes, it's in the tree already. He's just moving the stuff aside. What's Jack is done? Christmas Day?
For our 150th anniversary, which is next year, he is putting this mural completely around the tree. He's not even half done yet, and that will show symbols of 150 years of the township's history. And we're very excited, and it's going to make a tree. This tree's going to last forever, and I call it a tree monument. And when the job is done next spring, we're going to have new sidewalks around the tree with brick pavers that people are purchasing now. We raised all the money for the work for the tree ourselves. It's not a taxpayer-funded project. And we have 7 new white oak trees that will be planted in a semicircle around this tree behind it. And the tree will be lit at night. And, you know, it's going to be a beautiful project.
And just to sum up, what, you just couldn't let this go?
No, it really felt like a piece of living history, and we didn't want it to not live on.
You found the perfect way to do it.
Well, we think so. I mean, I'll tell you, it's attracted so much attention in the last, week. This only started last Monday. We've had school kids here. We have 2 classes coming today, 3 on Monday, 3 on Tuesday.
So much detail.
He has a little tiny saw that goes down to the size of a dime. That's where he
like
gets
different
his teeth
blades. Oh, that's cool. How long has he been doing
off. Carving for 19 years.
Oh, wow. That's longer than my whole life.
Well, she just told me her mother got married under this tree.
What is he doing now right there?
An eagle. An eagle.
There's another one right there, and it's really nice.
Can you see the train?
Yeah, I love that. I love the train. I think it's cool.
I'm not pulling the saw.
Tell us what you know about this tree.
I lived around here my whole life, and my aunt and my uncle got married underneath this tree.
How long ago was that?
Like 2 years ago. Yeah.
So recent.
Yeah.
Did the mayor marry them?
I don't know who married them. It was just like a small ceremony over here underneath the tree before this gate was up. Yeah. It was very nice.
Every time you look at the tree, you see something new. And I got a piece of it to take home and remember forever.
Thank you. And what is your name?
Eileen.
Eileen. Okay, thanks, Eileen.
Slow going faster. How would you describe this job?
This is the most massive job I've ever undertaken. As you can see, this white oak is abnormally large. And it being white oak is very hard, so the cutting is slow. And I've found nails in peculiar places where you shouldn't find them on top of branches like 25, 30 feet up from previous owners of the park, probably decorating it for Christmas.
You said it's hard. I know that you use blueprints or things like that. How do you work?
I work by the seat of my pants. The township has given me like a collage of township items and historical pictures that I'm going to incorporate into the tree here, there, and they still want to see the shape of the tree. That's why I'm skinning the bark off of it to get rid of grubs and other critters that eat the wood up, so they can preserve it. So you'll have extra things about the town to look at. and you'll still be able to enjoy the original shape of the tree.
And this is all freehand, right? Well, not freehand, free chainsaw or whatever.
Yeah, the only thing I had to sketch out so far was the Star of Life for the EMS crowd. This is the most massive tree I have ever carved, period. And probably, yeah, it's the biggest one I've ever walked up on.
Are you liking this? Are you feeling good about this one or what?
It's physically beating me up. I've never had to work this long on one particular project continuously. I usually got 2 days and then I could go home and lay in bed for 3 days and heal up. But this is day 5, well 4.5 because we got rain one day. And my body is protesting, but I'm not listening to it.
But do you like how it's coming out? Are you happy?
Oh yes, I'm very happy with the way it's coming out. The reactions of the people have been very positive. The Township Committee and the Mayor are very happy, which is most important.
Anything else you want to throw in, Brian?
It's just an honor to be chosen to do this job because this is an extremely unique tree, and they could have chosen anybody, but they went for me.
Last thing, I just wanted to explain, in terms of the detail, like that train there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're using small things. What are you using to get that result?
It's all chainsaws. I have a specialty one that has the tip the size of a dime that allows me to do naughty things that you shouldn't get away with a chainsaw.
I mean, you just go from place to place, or do you map it out in your head, or?
Yeah, the first thing is to skin the bark off of the limbs, which I am not going to carve. And then while I'm doing that, I'm looking at the rest of the tree and figuring out what to put where. Today, after I get done the eagle, I'm going to put a veteran or a military person saluting in the crotch of a tree on the other side.
So you do have some of it mapped out. I mean, there's not an overall, but
not exactly mapped, but I've got a pile of stuff in my head that is swirling around like a bowl of spaghetti. And when a meatball pops up to the top, we'll stick that one on there. So,
very good. All right, excellent. Well, it looks great.
Thank you
so
very
happy
much.
To see you.
Thank you.
How did he do all that? Whoa! Can I get that chainsaw? Oh God! I know. How did he do all that? Well, they got a big tree and use something. That's weird. How did he do all that?
Look.
I get the thing.
Oh, I see the eagle way up there.
That's the bark. That's the bark of the tree. That's the bark of the tree.
I didn't even see it all the way.
My friend.
Yeah.
I didn't see
But
it.
I love the horse. The horse is right in the middle. It's nice and wide.
They had a forklift here last week that went up like this.
Look at the deer!
The deer right there. See the deer? Right in the middle. See it? There's two eyeballs, yep. And the horn. Wow. And the antlers. Yes. He's been here now. This is his 6th day. He was here all last week. For 19 years. That's just a hole in the end of the tree, see it? It's just like a hollow spot. Now what's he carving? What's he carving? What's he carving?
It looks like a kid. A chicken. A chicken. Bowing down to it.
A chicken.
Is that a deer right there? Why is that so important?
Isn't that cool?
Question. Why is like some of that like brown and some of that's like...
He hasn't finished debarking it. He hasn't taken the bark off the tree yet.
So I do you have to.
It just makes it look nicer. Yeah.
Mine is the thing that he's making right now. Mine is the deer. Mine is the deer right there in the middle. Where's mine too? In the owl. Mine too. TV.
And what do you kids have? What is that?
From?
And where does that wood from?
Piece of wood. The 100-something oak tree.
235.
235 oak tree.
Favorite design up there?
The owl. The eagle. The eagle, the owl, and the deer. Mostly the army man. The army man. Mostly the train. Horse and deer. Wait, are we actually on Sonic?
quite an awesome looking picture. Huh?
On the guy.
Yeah.
There's the backbone.
Uh-huh.
Come on, get over here. You take it while he got the camera.
Everybody say cheese. You see your head, tilt your hat just a little. Up. Yep. That's it. I love it. Ah, that's nice. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Buena Vista Township. Welcome to our 150th birthday, our sesquicentennial. I'm Mayor Chuck Chiarello. We're here today for a very special occasion. We're dedicating the tree monument. And we'll tell you all about that in a few minutes. I'm going to turn the mics over to Steve Martinelli, who will get us started in the Pledge of Allegiance. Committeeman Steve Martinelli, and then we will have the Star Spangled Banner. Steve? Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and salute the symbol of our nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we're going to be joined by Newtonville's only and favorite son, Eugene Moore. He is going to sing the Star Spangled Banner for us. Hold both mics. Live over the whole side of town. Yes, sir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly free, and the rocket's red glare upon bursting gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. After watching the weather for a week and seeing the monsoons roll in, we think we still finally have the perfect day. I was panicking last night watching the late news, but I think we're clear sailing all afternoon. Again, welcome to Buena Vista. Welcome to this very special day where we are dedicating the tree monument. What I say is perhaps the most unusual tree in the state of New Jersey. And we have a short program because we want you to enjoy the entire festival, but I do have to point out a few things. If you didn't get it before the program started, there is a pamphlet up front here that gives you a complete self-guided tour of the tree monument and all the symbols and what they stand for on the tree. Over here on the right-hand side of the tree, or my right-hand side, your left-hand side, is where the tour will begin. Anybody can take it anytime today, and you can enjoy the tree and all the artistic work that went into it. First, I'd like to introduce our members of the Township Committee who are here in full force today. We have our Deputy Mayor to my left, Teresa Kelly. We have our Committeeman John Armato, head of our Veterans Committee as well. We have Committeeman Steve Martinelli and Committeeman John Williams. We also have former freeholder Colin Bell with us today. Colin. Former Township Committeeman Robert James, who served a lot of years back in the 80s and 90s. Raise your hand, Bob. And I want to take time to say thank you to the staff at Buena Vista and our Public Works Department for all the hard work that went into getting everything ready for today's festival. I think we should start by acknowledging the artist that made this tree come to life. He's here, he's a man of relatively few words, but I will tell you, I got to see, and it's very fitting Action News is here, I got to see a report being done by Nora Mashanik on Action News about close to a year ago, where this man, Brian Ackley, and his company is called Act Monsters, they were carving a tree in the backyard of a home in Washington Township. Brian made a soldier because the son and his father planted the tree back in 1964. And the tree fell over, I guess, during a storm. It got uprighted. Brian did this beautiful carving of a soldier. And halfway up the waist of the soldier, at least what I could best see on Action News, was his son standing in front of him. And we had a situation where this tree died in 2015, and we wanted to preserve it somehow. And when I saw that story, I said, that's it. We've got to have Brian Ackley. We've got to get him here. And took a little coaxing to get him down here, but Brian came, and Brian did this beautiful work of art that you see here, mostly all from freehand, meaning that he saw a picture, he envisioned the right spot on the tree for what you see, and he carved it. Now he carves with chainsaws, which you must know, and he has, I believe, 6 different chainsaws that he did this beautiful piece of work here. And I'll bring Brian up in a second. Before Brian came, we had a local tree surgeon by the name of Gary Heights take this tree, which once was 50 feet high and had a 120-foot wingspan. It's a giant white oak tree. It's been here since about 1780, and it's lived for 235 years. We didn't want to see it go. I did come up with an idea to try to preserve the tree. We just didn't know what. But the Township Committee was supportive every step of the way to make this tree to what you see today. The community was supportive. They allowed us to raise over $20,000 that we did not have to get from taxpayers to do this project. We already had this beautiful park, and this tree already had deep roots here, so why take it away? When Gary Heights trimmed this tree, he trimmed it out as a piece of contemporary art, as you can see, and it will live on. When Brian Ackley started carving the tree, he took all the bark away, preserved the life to make it more like, I guess I would say, a giant piece of furniture. And he carved all these things all around the tree. There's even room for more someday if we come up with something else. And then he suggested we coat the tree with Australian timber oil. I didn't know what that was, but it sure looks beautiful. And this tree will last an eternity if we keep it up. It's been termite proofed, woodpecker proofed, and the stain will last 3 to 4 years at a time before it has to be restained at least. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Brian Ackley. And Brian, I gotta have you come over here because we're doing the broadcast for here because I have a very bad spine. Also, the mayor from Mullica Township, Jim Brown, is here. Mayor. I also saw Council President Christmas here from Pleasantville. And is he here at the ceremony now? I don't know, he wanted to take a train ride, so he might be on that train already. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Ackley.
Thank you, Mayor. Like he just said, I'm a man of few words, so I came, I saw, I carved a tree. Thank you.
Brian.
You did a heck of a job, brother. Heck of a job. Nice job.
Are you sure you don't want to give us a little more insight now? You told me something. You said this was the biggest job you've ever done. And it still is? They haven't gotten you for the Empire State Building or anything yet? No. Well, that's wonderful, Brian. And I'm going to tell you, he is a man of few words, but what you see, you would not believe that he had a crumpled up paper. He gave me these pictures in black and white of all these old scenes from Buena Vista. He'd shove it in his pocket. He'd take a look at it every now and then he made it come to life. And he found certain spots in the tree. I'm going to do this. You're not going to, I know he's not going to tell you his secrets, but he found spots in the tree that certain things would fit in. I'm looking at a deer head right over here. That was just the perfect spot for it. There are 3 eagles on the tree. The eagles symbolize the township symbol, and even during the carving of this tree, we saw eagles fly over this tree. So we think that the township logo has been around for a long time, and the fact that eagles do live here in Buena Vista is a proper reason. And Brian put 3 of them around the tree in different places. And if you get the pamphlet that's up here, and you get your, I'm assuming everybody who's wanted a puzzle, we have puzzles here. We're trying to limit it to 1 per family, and we have pieces of the original wood from the tree. We have a whole basket or 2 of them up here. They were cut from the upper limbs of the tree, so you have a real souvenir that you can make what you want with. We also are going to have a stone unveiling in a few minutes, but Brian, did you think of anything else you want to say yet?
Yes, for entertainment purposes, there is a hidden carving on this tree. Now, your job is to go around and try to find it. Your pamphlet here will give you a self-guided tour of the tree. Don't believe it's listed. Nobody saw it, but it's going to be fun to try to find it. We've got over 40 carvings to look at, and if I stayed here any longer, Mayor Chuck would have had probably more for me to put in. I got out of here before that happened.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your positive reactions and coming up and encouraging me and shaking my hand and telling me that it was a good deal. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. And I'm going to tell you, every day that Brian was working here, we had school kids down here, we had people stopping in their cars, and every day since the tree has been done, you could come by here a number of different times during the day and find people walking around with cameras and eyeing up this tree. And I still stand by it. I think this is the most unusual tree in the state of New Jersey. There was a big white oak that died recently in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. It was 600 years old. It was in the middle of a cemetery next to a church. And when it was all said and done, they took that tree, they took the tree down, and they're in the process of, putting a memorial stone there, and they're going to use the wood for furniture. Well, we wanted to have something that would last forever. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Brian. I also see here some members of the Frank family who did all the masonry work. Anybody want to speak on behalf of the Frank family to say hello? Any number of Garys you can call on?
Hi, I'm Gary Frank. I just wanted to say it was a pleasure working with the township. Got to meet a lot of nice people, and we had ideas, we all put it together, and I'm just glad to see that it all came together. Thank you.
And the Frank family is original Buena Vista stock, local family, and we were very thrilled to have four generations of the Frank family here for a beautiful picture we took, which might appear in next year's calendar. If I have something to say about it. And anybody else here that was involved in the construction? Okay, I guess. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, and this will only tie you up a couple of more minutes, over here on this walkway back here that connects from the back walkway to the tree, that is where we're going to unveil a commemorative stone. The stone was donated to the township by the Roan Funeral Home. The carving on the stone and the script, the 2-foot by 2-foot plaque, was donated by Schaefer Nasser Scheidek, our engineering firm. And we have on that stone a little history of the tree and some of the main donors and information about the dedication. I'm going to ask the Township Committee if they would now go over there. I'm pending back surgery, so I'm staying right here. They're going to take that big heavy piece of plastic off of there. All you have to do, guys, is lift it up, get around there, get our photographers ready. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And there is the stone. It'll probably take you about 10 minutes to read it, but this is something in honor of the whole project and those that helped with the project. We had a lot of things to deal with in this process, as I told you earlier, to make this thing come together. But this is it, and we are so proud to have you join us today. And the tree will be open for tours. If you come up this red walkway here and you stop at the stone and take a look at that, and go to the right of the tree, you can follow the pamphlet all the way around and see what the carvings are and what they mean. So that is the brief ceremony we promised you today. I see our township administrator, Kenya Nunez, Kuta here, and our township clerk, Lisa Silky, our mayor's administrative secretary, Christy Knapp, and our special events committee. We have a lot of folks from that working the festival today, as well as the Public Works Department. And you have a great day to choose here with vendors, car shows, train rides, model railroads. Enjoy your day, and thank you for coming out today. And come forward if you want any of the souvenirs.